Welcome in to the midday update on a December 4th, a Thursday on the Central Illinois Farm Network, brought to you by Integrated Seed Solutions in Flanagan and Steininger Tires in Fairbury. The only thing standing in the way between me and lunch is Roy Plody with Western Illinois Commodities. You like that intro, Roy? I had to give you a hard time on that. We're Thanksgiving feast still on the mind here. We were just talking off the air a week ago. I trust you had a good turkey day.
I did, even though we had to wait a little bit for it to get done. It had a little ice in it yet when I was preparing it to put it in the oven.
Mhm.
Um, and you're worried about dinner. Well, I'm still eating my first delivery of Christmas cookies. The
Oh,
hay barn, the hay barn guy stopped by yesterday and dropped off Christmas goodies, cookies his mom makes. Thank you,
never too
Sandra.
soon for those.
And the best part is I'm here by myself, so I could just have one, like once an hour.
Yeah. Just don't tell anybody
And
you
it's
got any.
all sorts of stuff. Oh, they were here
Oh,
when I wasn't home when
oh,
they dropped them off.
mhm.
The good news of the day, we started out with export sales of corn. Mexico bought 392,500 metric tons for 25-26, and Colombia purchased 100,800. Why can't I speak? 100,800. That's what it is, metric tons. Um, Also for this marketing year. And we got the export report back from not November, October 30th has finally come out today. So this was when the first sales of soybeans to China were made when we didn't have, when we had government shutdown. So soybeans was at 1.248 million metric ton, and the guess was for a maximum of 1.5. Corn total export sales for the week was just under 2 million metric ton. And then there was actually a negative 22,800 for 26-27 year. But the high guess was 2.2 million. So it was still quite a ways up there in the 1.97 area. And wheat, we had 505,400 metric ton of old and 10,500 of new. And so that was toward the high end as well, estimated to be 600,000. So they were at 515, 516. What else? Soybean meal was 219,800, and that was about in the middle of the range. Soybean oil was on the low end at that time, and that was, yeah, going on. Sorghum was 119,000 metric ton, and they don't give estimates for sorghum. So out of the gate today, after yesterday's down day, we are back up again. We got Dees corn up 6 cents right now at 437 and a half, just a quarter off the high. We got March corn at 446 and three quarters, up three and a quarter. That's about a penny off the high. Dees, let's go to July 1st. July 26, 458 and a half, up two and a half. That's a penny off the high. And Dees of 26, new crop, 464 and a quarter, up three quarters. And that's about a penny and a half off the high, or penny and a quarter. Um, Wheat, 540 and a quarter for March wheat. Not much different than 540 and a half for D wheat. They're both up just over 2 cents. New crop, July of 26, up two and a quarter, 555 and a quarter. And they're on the high end of the day, within a half cent or a penny of the highs. Beaners have been kind of up and down, up and down. And right now, January up six and a half, 1122 and a quarter. The high's been 1124 and a half. March, 1131 and a half. High's been 1133 and a half. May, 1140 and a quarter. High's been 1142. July, 1147 and a quarter. And the high's been 1147 and a half. So, oh, am I reading this right? July high was 1149. I apologize. I got in the wrong column. 47 and a half is the current ask because I thought that was kind of close. November next year, 1116 and a half, up two and a half, and the high was 1118 and a half so far. And right now we're sitting most of them about 4 to 8 cents off the lows of the day. Let's go to Kansas City wheat, 518 even, down 3 cents in the December, and the March is up 4.5 at 534. Of course, the D suite is going off the board here very shortly. Open interest is down to 131. Where's my oats? My oats is missing again. I got D oats, but that's not worth talking about because it's only got 8 contracts left. I'm
Mhm.
gonna type ZO H6. Come on. COH26. There we are. 314 3/4, down 2 3/4. Um, and the oats is basically, we always say oats knows. So there's been a lot of talk about where some of these markets are gonna go. And wheat needs to get legs under it. There's no question because otherwise we end up feeding the wheat when it's really cheap. But the recent low in oats was right down near $3. That was the late November 11/21 at 302. And it'd be really nice to get oats back up to the high we made back in October 27th at 329 and a half. That's uh that's a hope of mine, I guess, at some point. But that would truly help everything else that's going on. All right, switch over to oil seeds. We got bean or a meal up 340 a ton at 311.80. That's in the December. March is up 150 at 317.60 in the March, and the high's been 320.80. And we got bean oil December 51.53, just up a few 18 ticks or so. And the March is at 52.21, barely up anything. Energies, we had crude oil up over $1 earlier. It's up 93 cents right now in January at 59.89. The high's been 60.02. Nearby heating oil January is unchanged, 229. February 227.80 unchanged. And July 215. And I'm sure everybody heard about this new announcement from President Trump about getting more gas vehicles produced and even some special smaller ones, I guess, that are more made out of steel than made out of plastic. Natural gas about steady at 4.95 in the Jan. March is 4.04, up just barely. And let's go to May, 3.91. And let's see where the cattle are today. Cattle are still bouncing around. We're almost $35 off the lows we made a couple weeks ago in the feeders. We'll go there first. January feeders 334, 225, up almost 240. March up 150, 327.40. And April up $1 at 326.20. And we were down in that $3 range there for a couple days a while back. December fats 220.60, up 165. The high's been 221.10. February high 224, almost 10, and currently at 223.30, up $1.40. And June up 30 cents at 218.50, 60 right now. It just changed on me. The high's been 220. Hogs are up anywhere from 55 to 90 cents. Nearby D still has 27,000 open interest, so it's 81.10. February 81.80, May 89.05. And let's try to find the highest month I see here is July. Hogs are at 98.32, up 57 and a half. And that's about the high of the day. Okay, the dollar has been weakening quite a bit here lately. We're down a good 10% for sure, maybe 15 here in a month. It's at 98.90. It's up just 11 ticks today. And I'm sure everybody's heard about the silver market going crazy on the day after Thanksgiving. Well, silver's back down today about $1 at 56.88, but we definitely made a new all-time high here at 58.30 today, and yesterday's might have been a little higher than that, if I remember right. Yeah, yesterday was the all-time high at 58.90. So currently just seeing a little bit of profit taking. You can figure out why it's going up because it's kind of lagged behind what gold was doing. Gold's up just $11.70 an ounce, and just is kind of an ironic statement. December is 42.11. Anything else on that page? People hearing things about coffee in the news again. Well, December coffee's up 7.35 at 411.10. And I'm going to see where that was at one time. Back in October, we had a high of 437.95. So what else we got here?
Stock
Stock
up on
market
that coffee.
is, huh?
Better stock up on that coffee.
Well, you never know, actually. Nasdaq's down 48 points. Stock market's not doing a whole lot. So that wraps all that up. So what's going on in the regular cash market is pay close attention to the basis. Had a report from a customer that was hauling to GPRE down along near the Wabash River, or what is it? No, Mount Vernon, Indiana. And they had a strong basis push.
Hmm.
But, they had a weather issue down there. So maybe some people are fighting snow and ice or gone on vacation and they weren't getting as much as they needed. Um, I believe we had a little bit of a ratchet up here on along the Illinois River. A little worried though. We got the snow. We're not froze underneath, so when it does thaw, it should go in, but we're still going to need more water to keep that river from freezing, and this cold temperature certainly isn't helping any. And the upper miss, of course, is closed already, I believe. And as always, the bean market is a front-loaded market because once South America would start harvesting, they probably wouldn't need as many after March or April. So we'll see how the push continues for the upfront beans. But all my cattle guys are like, well, do we hedge or don't we hedge? And I'm like, well, you probably better have something on because we have no clue how bad it could get. And when
Hmm.
you see a cattle market top out, which is what it has done to now, at some point in time, it tends to take at least half of it away. That's a pretty big drop,
Sure.
like $50 in the feeders. So if you're a producer, you better have some protection on for this craziness and
Hmm.
don't expect it to be there when you're ready to sell. That's
Sure.
all I had to say.
All right.
And we got another we got 7 to 9 inches on a Saturday, and then we got another what 2 to 4 2 nights ago. And now that 2 to 4 is what's blowing around.
Hmm.
So because the first stuff settled down because well, you've definitely had some rain with it. We didn't
A little
really have
bit,
rain.
but kind of the heavier stuff at first.
We warmed up enough and that it kind of sealed the top off, so it really wasn't blowing much. But now this new stuff is fluffy and it's been colder ever since.
Yeah.
Down like record low possible tonight.
Hmm.
-7, -9, something like that.
Sure. Welcome to December, I guess.
Yeah, and then we head to Farm Bureau Convention this weekend.
All right. Well, good luck there. Looking forward to hearing back on all the developments up that way. And Roy, how can they follow you for more info?
I sit here at Leland, Illinois. My number is 815-474-1679. I work with Randy Claude Velters that sits in Sterling, Illinois.
All right. And we thank you for the Thursday update. Catch you next time.
Yep, take care. Thanks
All
again.
right. Roy Plody and the Midday Update again brought to us by Integrated Seed Solutions in Flanagan and Steininger Tires in Fairbury.